Hello and welcome back to the second instalment of our documentary following my father as he managed Luxembourg in the International European Championship qualifiers for the 2016 tournament. They were offered a very difficult group to start off with. Group D, Armenia, Czech Republic, Hungary and Switzerland were their opponents. Czech Republic and Switzerland firm favourites to qualify from the group. However, Luxembourg had just recently beaten Switzerland 1-0 in a friendly. The opening game was against Hungary, a difficult tie, so let's listen to my father explain his squad. Yeah, the squad we've gone with is very similar to my past ones, to be honest, in terms of goalkeeping. We've gone for Jonathan Joubert, 69 appearances. He's been a fantastic servant for the country and a fantastic servant of Dudelange in the national division. He's won a lot of trophies as well. Began his career at Metz, back in, I think it was 98, and he's moved back over to Luxembourg, and he's done really well ever since being there. Mario Much speaks for himself. He's a fantastic player. He's out of contract at the moment, and I'm surprised that nobody's picked him up as yet, but he's had a very good career. Played 28 games for St Gallen in the Super League last year. Did really well. Yet again, another former Mets player. I'd like to think that somebody will pick him up at some point in the near future. Chris Phillips, fantastic young talent, a Mets player again. He's done really well for them. Played 3 games this season so far in League 2. Unfortunately, they were in League 1 last year and they got relegated. But he made 21 appearances, so he's doing something right, and that's a club that's on the up next, definitely. Maxime Chanot, very good, reliable player. Spent a bit of time at Sheffield United in England, so I kind of recognised him. He's played in Japan, and he's been a mainstay for his club at the moment. So he's done well. Mika Pinto, Sporting Lisbon youngster, made his debut for me last year. Done really well. His assists in the Sporting B team have been superb. He got 3 goals last season as well, as making 34 appearances, and he got a goal for us as well on the international level, so can't argue with that. David Saido, absolutely vital for me, for our what we want to achieve here, for our main goals. He's been superb. He's done well for his club as well last season, and he started well this season. They picked him up for £59,000. He's worth nearly $4 million now, if you go by reports and whatnot. He's also a former Sporting Lisbon trainee, so he's got good pedigree in him. Lars Christian Groth Gerson, he's been injured a few times since I've been in charge, but when he has played, he's been brilliant for me. Really impressed with him. He's had a good couple of seasons with his club as well, so we're hoping that he can kick on and push forwards. He was actually born in Luxembourg, but he's part Norwegian. He made his debut in 2008 and got his first goal in 2011. So he's been around a while, but he's a proven player for the national side. Gilles Betmer, he's a fantastic addition as well. 62 appearances for the nation. He's played in Germany as well, only briefly appearance-wise, but he's played in Germany. And he's played for the big clubs over in Luxembourg in the national division. He's played for the top 2 teams there in Differdange and Dudelange. So he's a talent. David Turpel scored 3 of his 4 senior goals in the friendly against the Faroe Islands a few months back. He's had a fantastic season for his club. last season, getting 10 goals, 15 goals the season before. So you know, he's got the ability to succeed with us. Maurice Deville, you know, you've seen what he's capable of. He's a great player. He's playing over in the German third division, and he's doing rather well over there. He got 9 goals last season. He's been over there all his career, and you know, it's helped him playing in Europe, playing in a you know, no disrespect to the Luxembourg National Premier Division, but you know, leagues like the German third division are very competitive, and it helps the players a lot. Philip Harm played against Malta in goal. Unfortunately, it didn't go brilliantly well. We lost, but he's one for the future. He's had a good season last year with Qualifiers, so hopefully he can continue that this year. Kai Schwitz, another FC Metz player, gave him his debut in the match against Malta. He did well. Again, played quite a few games last season for Metz, so you know, he's coming along nicely. Joachim, you know, he needs no introduction. He's been in this team, in and around this team for a long time. Only got 4 goals at international level, but you know, he does a lot of work for the club. He plays for FC 20 in the Dutch Eredivisie. He played for RKC last season. He got 20 goals. So we know, you know, he knows what he's doing. He's not naive at club level. He gets goals. It's just unfortunate that international level hasn't really worked out for him. Stefano Benzi, he's got 2 goals in 20. That's what we're really missing, is a really prolific goal scorer. But club level, again, very good goal scorer. So it's just a case of building them up to be able to perform at that level. Maglit, he's done well for me. He made his debut under me last year. Very impressed with him. Also, you know, he's got 10 appearances under him now for me, so I'm really pleased with the way he's gone. Yannick Bastos is a young player at Bolton over in England. He's currently on loan at Southend, and hopefully that'll do him some good. He's been very prolific in the under 21s for them, so hopefully he can kick on and do well. Dwayne Holter, young lad, playing over in Germany. He's had 2 caps so far. He plays for Fürth in Germany. He's still playing in their under 19s, under 21s and stuff at the moment, so you know, he's one to watch. Cedric Sakers, another Metz player, gave him his debut. Again, he's a first team player at Metz, so we're hoping that, you know, he'll produce well playing in Europe. Ante Butvic has been recalled by myself. He's got 11 appearances under his belt. You know, he's played for Differdange for a long time, and now he's moved to Qualifiers, so hopefully, you know, he'll have a good season for them, which will only be a bonus for us. Guy Blasey, he's the you know, the mainstay, the ever present in our squad. Veteran, very you know, very well experienced at international level. One club man. He's been at Verton since he started his career over in Germany. In Belgium. Sorry, and you know, he's been an absolute star for them over the years, and you know, he's obviously favoured personnel over there. Fabiano Castellani. He's made no appearances for the national side, but he's been around for a while, done well at his clubs, so we brought him in as cover. And Antonio Luisi, a young lad, he's made 3 appearances for the national team at senior level, plays for Differdange in the National League, and he got 11 goals last season. He's got 1 in 2 this season. You know, we've got decent hopes for him. And then last but no means least, Differdange's 17-year-old midfielder Carlos Silva. Just come onto the scene really. Not done much club-wise. In Europe he's played one and scored one, but in the league he's not really done anything at the moment, but hopefully, fingers crossed, he can really kick on this season.
Hello there and welcome, and thank you for joining us for this European Championship qualifier between Luxembourg and Hungary at the Stade Joey Barthel. Luxembourg looking to start off well, as are Hungary, as these two will be favourites to not qualify, so both teams will be fighting to get out today with a win. We'll just quickly go through the sides for you today. As you can see here, Luxembourg have gone with Joubert in goal, Mika Pinto, Chanot, Malget and Mush in defence, with Betmer, Gerson, Blazy and Caido up in the midfield, and up front we've got Deville and Turpel. Bastos makes the bench, as does Luisi, Sakers, Joachim Silva, Burkic also featuring there. For Hungary, many people back in the UK will recognise the name of Bogdan in goal and Futas up front. They've gone with Kure, Nagy, Balatoni and Such in defence, with Starmer. I'm not very good with these foreign names, I can tell you that much now. Zadmari and Leonardo in the deep line midfield, and then sort of advanced midfielders, Adorjan, a former Liverpool trainee, Bereski and Jusak up supporting Futas up front. And then on the bench we've got Kovacs, Tarsi, Ziegel, Sally, Sebastian, Fulop and Bratton. Okay, so we're into the first half here. Only one real chance, Hungary hitting the bar after the first 28 seconds. Apart from that, there's not a lot really to report. But here come Luxembourg now, moving the ball around well. Gerson, Deville. Oh, it's paid out now. Pinto, go on Deville. Goal! Goal for Luxembourg. 1-0 after 19 minutes. A fantastic team move, a brilliant passing movement, and they are 1-0 to the good. Here we go then, Hungary kicking off now after conceding. This is always when teams seem to be the weakest. Oh, here come Fuchstas. They've equalised. Just as I was saying, this is when teams seem to be at their weakest, when they've just scored, and Hungary hit back immediately. Poor defending from Luxembourg, and Fuchstas got in there for a superb equaliser. Not much happening here at the moment. We've got some scores coming in from around the globe. Ireland are winning 1-0 thanks to Magidi. Italy 1-0 up against Lithuania thanks to De Rossi. Gibraltar 1-0 down against Italy. It's a goal! Betmer has scored. It's 2-1 to Luxembourg just before half time. That'll make the half time team talk a hell of a lot easier. Sorry, as I was saying though, guys, Gibraltar are losing against Norway, not Italy, who are beating Lithuania, as I'd just previously stated. You know what it's like though, when these scores are coming through, it's hard to keep up. And here we go into the second half. Here's Saido down the wing, he sends it in, just over the head of Turpel, who was adjudged to have fouled Baladoni anyway. Much appears to be slowing down a bit, as I can report England are now 4-0 up against the Faroe Islands. Danny Welbeck with the goal there. But here come Hungary. They're hungry for a goal here, no pun intended, but they're putting pressure on Luxembourg now. But Luxembourg under Hauer for 4. Oh, brilliant save. I thought they were going to give a penalty there for the foul on Fuchstas, but it's in! Oh, terrible goalmouth scramble there, and the keeper's actually poked it over the line himself, attempting to scramble it away. So things now look like they're going to be changed. It looks as if they're going to make a substitution. Luxembourg here. I can see a couple of the lads warming up. Young Carlos Silva looks as if he's set to come onto the field of play, and David Saido has been a bit quiet today, so I'd imagine Bastos will be coming on for him. Gibraltar have equalised against against Norway. A fantastic score for them. Blazy. Here's Bastos, sends it in. Deville, 3-2. What a game this is. A fantastic performance from Luxembourg. They're really pushing this now, really going for it. England 5-1 we're getting reports of now against Faroe Islands. So, a rare goal for the Faroe Islands. We're into stoppage time now though. And here come Luxembourg on the volley. Much sends it in. Oh, brilliant save from Deville's effort there from the keeper. Absolutely superb. A fantastic 3-2 win to kick off their campaign for Luxembourg. We'll be back shortly with a word from the manager, but thank you for listening to Radio Luxembourg and enjoy your evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Paul. What a game that was. You sit here today as the league leaders of Group D. How does that feel? Feels absolutely fantastic, Greg. It was a tough game. They kept coming at us. We were unfortunate, I think, to concede the second goal. The keeper was very unfortunate. He nearly got to it, but there was that many bodies around. He couldn't really push it out anywhere, because if he hadn't put it over the line, I think if he'd have tried to push it out somewhere, it'd have hit another player and gone in anyway. But apart from that, I thought we were fantastic. I thought Bastos did brilliantly when he came on. Saido didn't have the best of games today. But, we can't expect him to carry us every game, and it's good to have the likes of Bastos to come in to replace him. So you're top of the group. You and Switzerland have picked up the wins. Armenia and Hungary obviously losing. Czech Republic haven't played yet. So you've started off well, haven't you? You've got the opportunity now to try and put a bit of distance between yourselves and the other teams, haven't you? Yeah, we're not going to get carried away. The games against Switzerland and Czech Republic especially are going to be difficult, and Armenia are going to be fighting to get some points on the board. So there's never going to be an easy game, and when we go to Hungary they'll be looking for revenge. So it's going to be difficult, but we've been trying to build this team up, bringing in the younger players, and we've really been trying to push them forwards, and as a nation we've made great progress. We've moved from, I think we were, was it 139th in the world when I took over, we're 79th now. So we've really made some improvements, and we're not as easy to beat as we used to be. When I came, they'd only had 9 wins ever in these competitions, and a lot of defeats and only a few draws. So, we've improved. We had a slip up in the friendly against Malta. They beat us 3-1, but that was because we were fielding some of the younger lads, because we had to see how they cope. And unfortunately on that occasion, despite the fact they played quite well, defensively they were poor. But we'll continue to work with them to improve them, and we'll kick on now to the next game. Thank you very much, Paul, and congratulations again. Thank you very much, Greg. Cheers. Bye-bye.
With a qualifier away at the Czech Republic and a friendly at home to Ecuador coming up, Paul have had to deal with a massive amount of injuries. No fewer than 6 players were missing from international duty. After the squad had already been selected, another 3 dropped out. So with a smaller squad than usual, Howe have prepared for the Czech Republic, but he did know one thing. He had pulled off a massive coup in convincing Michael Kalala to come from PSV Eindhoven and play for Luxembourg. Kalala was originally eligible for Luxembourg, Portugal, Laos and Holland, but Howe managed to convince Kalala to join up with him at Luxembourg, and he was very pleased that he had managed to snag his man. The 17-year-old has made 1 appearance for PSV's national side and has been in fine form for the under-21s.
Hello and welcome from Radio Luxembourg. We're here in the Czech Republic today for the Czech Republic versus Luxembourg. 2 sides that differ quality-wise on paper quite massively. But Luxembourg do lead the group after a 3-2 win over Hungary on the opening day of the Group D fixtures. Czech Republic, this is their first game and they'll be looking to get off to a fantastic start. They have some very good players. Aston Villa's Kozak up front, Jiricek, Darida and Matthias Vidra supporting him, with Polak and Hubersham in midfield. Pudel, Sushi, Sivok and Kalas in defence, and one of the best keepers known to man in Peter Cech is in goal. On the bench they have Drobny, Nexic, Kula, Siegel, Jadicic, Jager and Pakak. And then for Luxembourg, who is dealing with several injuries, they have Joubert in goal, who's just passed a late fitness test, Mika Pinto, Colette, Chanot and Mouche in defence, Saido, Blazy, Janish and Betma on the midfield, and then up front Deville and Turpel. On the bench are Silva, Kitenge, Joachim, Bastos, Malget, Luisi, and the man they've managed to convince to come over here from Holland in Michael Kalala. So here we go in the Czech Republic. They take on Luxembourg, who are of course top of the group after that opening day victory. Early goal in Spain, they're beating Estonia 1-0. Lorente. It's a cross in. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty to the Czech Republic after just 20 minutes. He was pushed over there, collided with the post, I believe. Here's Pudel, there it is, 1-0 to the Czech Republic. And Luxembourg will have to work hard now if they're to stand any chance in this game. A few heads appear to have dropped in the Luxembourg camp there. Mario Mush has picked up a booking, but forward come the Czech Republic again. Oh, fantastic challenge there on the edge of the area, but a panic clearance and the Czech Republic come flying back again. Matthias Vidra has just put that wide, just wide from Vidra there. 30 minutes gone, it's all Czech Republic at the moment. Luxembourg struggling to get a hold of the ball. Again the Czech Republic coming forward. Vidra sends it in, Kozak makes it 2. Czech Republic 2, Luxembourg 0. This is going, as the bookies may have suggested, 2-0 to the Czech Republic, and Luxembourg are struggling. We're coming at half time now. The question is, what can they do? Can they change things up a little bit and go for it and risk getting pulled apart really? But it's difficult to call. Guy Blisi is going to be replaced at half time by Michael Kalala. So we'll get a chance to see what the young man from Holland does in his locker. PSV player, he's made an appearance in the senior team. But here come, it's Deville, Luxembourg, fantastic save from Peter Cech. Here comes the corner, here's Turpel, sends it in, comes out. Here's Deville, still Deville. Oh, what a strike that was from Pinto, but it's gone wide and over. But they've started the second half a lot better than they did the first half, Luxembourg here. But here we go, we could have put the commentator's curse on this. Forward comes the Czech Republic now. Passing and moving very, very well. They're in here, I think. Here's Kozak. Oh, fantastic save from the keeper there. Derrida with the corner. It comes in as Kozak for the third goal. That's it, dead and buried for Luxembourg now. Dead and buried for Luxembourg. It's a shame, but they've been outplayed here today. Dimitri Kitenge looks set to come on. I think House of the opinion that if they can't get much done, then to give a couple of these players a chance and bring off a couple of the more experienced players to stave the risk of injury. It's a shame this, because Luxembourg have been progressing fantastically under Howarth, and I think optimism was quite high of at least getting a draw after what they did against Portugal last time out in the World Cup. But here they come with Turpel. That was a very under-hit ball from Turpel there. It's just not been Luxembourg's day. Oh, here comes the reader. Oh, it's gone wide. Gone wide. If that had been on target, that could have been number 4. There's 9 minutes to go, but you have to say it's a deserved victory for the Czech Republic. They've played Luxembourg off the pitch for most of this game, apart from a brief spell at the beginning of the second half, and Luxembourg looked like getting something. Luxembourg continue. It's just panic passing, I think, that's costing Luxembourg possession, really. But, they won't be too disheartened. Czech Republic. Oh, here comes Turpel, though. Oh, good save. Hit straight at Czech. He didn't really have to do much, but it was a good hold from the Czech Republic goalkeeper. And Chanot has just taken Kozak out. Maybe a bit of frustration crept in there. He's been booked for that. Remember, he was sent off in Paul's first game in charge against Portugal in the World Cup qualifiers. And that's it. Libor Kozak, as you saw there, got man of the match. But a disappointing result there for Luxembourg. But, they'll pick themselves up and they'll move on. So, Paul, first defeat in your second game of the European Championship qualifiers. Quite a heavy one. Really not as heavy as some may have expected, but how does this affect the squad? Yeah, it was a heavy defeat, Greg, as you said, but they played us off the park today. I think poor passing is what's cost us in a lot of areas today, and the defence, they seem to part far too easily. But Kozak is very good in the air, and he proved that today with two fantastic headers. They've played their first game and got off to a stormer. They've taken over at the top of the group. We've dropped to third on goal difference, but we're not too disheartened. We feel we can perhaps get something against Switzerland and Armenia, and then we just have to focus on maybe shutting out Czech Republic at our place and getting a point. And getting a point at Hungary and doing something against Armenia. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but today it followed the expectations on paper. Kulala came in. He did well, didn't he? He picked up a booking, but he played quite well. Yeah, for the most part, he did well. It's a new experience for him, though. He's only young, so it's difficult to judge him from his first game, and we won't judge him from his first game. We'll look at it though, and we'll tell him how he's done, and we'll tell him where we feel he can improve. But he's at one of the best clubs in Holland in PSV for coaching young players, and he's surrounded by fantastic pros, so he'll come good. It's just a case of his development, and we've seen him play for the under-21s. I've watched him twice, and he's played superbly for them. So we've taken the gamble on him, and it will pay off in the future. You've got Ecuador coming up next, Paul. How do you plan to go about tackling those? It's going to be an opportunity to give a couple of the lads an opportunity, a game or so, or half or so, should I say? A game or so. We've only got the one game coming up, but we'll assess all the players in training, to who's picked up knocks and who hasn't, and we'll talk to the lads who we feel deserve an opportunity, and we'll give them that opportunity against Ecuador, and it's up to them to show that they've earned it and that they deserve more. Well, good luck, Paul, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers, mate. Bye.
So there you have it, folks. You've seen the opening two qualifiers, a victory against Hungary in a fantastic game, and a disappointing 3-0 defeat against the Czech Republic. Join us for part 2 of this look at the European Championships next time, as they face Armenia in the next game. But for now, guys, we thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.